Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.
Congratulations on a dominant performance. Did it just feel really comfortable in there when you were throwing punches? He seemed to, couldn't handle your power. Was it just comfortable in there for you?
Yeah, no, it was. I expected the fight to last a lot longer, to be fair, and especially when I kind of parried a few of his shots. I felt the weight behind him, and I've not felt that before, to be fair. And then when I landed my own, before you know it, he was down, and I kind of knew once that happens, I know how to finish a fight, and that's exactly what I've done.
With the power you're generating in the last couple of fights, are you ready for that step up? A lot of people are talking about a Eubank Junior fight. He might be busy. There's talks about possibly Ammo Williams for this 5v5 in Saudi. Are you ready for that step up to a level?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, we won't actually know until I get in the ring with these fighters, but I believe give me enough time, give me a camp, and I'll turn up and I'll show up and I'll definitely get the wins.
It's Talk Sports. Hamzah, people were saying this was going to be a real test for you. Some people say, we know how Liam Williams fights. He's a scruffy fighter, but you got him out there in round one. Do you think you've really shown to the world that you are a serious deal and you're someone who really is going to contend and possibly a world champion in this division?
I'd like to hope so. When this fight got announced the first time, I remember sitting down with Ricky and Taz and my dad, and we said, fights like these are fights you need to make statements in. And that's what we trained to do, and that's exactly what we've done. All glory be to God, and yeah, I can't complain.
And obviously, if there's so many fighters in this division, that are going to make a good fight that the fans are going to want to see, but if you personally could pick one person to fight, who would that be?
I've never been one to call out names, but if we're talking in England, I'd love the Nathan Heaney fight. If we're talking in Saudi, I'd love the Ammo Williams fight.
Hamzah, speaking to Frank Warren after the fight, he compared your jab to Thomas Hearns'. That jab is just probably one of the hardest jabs we've seen in boxing right now, isn't it?
No, I appreciate it. It's a massive compliment. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I've just been perfecting it. I've always tried to perfect it. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. But yeah, long may it continue, man.
We know you're going to, obviously Ramadan's coming up, but just how much would it mean to you to be able to fight on one of those massive cards in Saudi Arabia?
It'd mean the world. I'd love to fight out there, especially being a Muslim as well, fighting in a Muslim country, and just being able to show my skills out there, especially with the boxing royalty. Do you know what I mean? Who like the big names out there. It'd be an honour to show my skills in front of them, and hopefully I get the opportunity to do so.
Hamzah, Liam Williams is somebody who's known for being tough, even against Eubank Junior, despite being dropped on multiple occasions. Obviously, he kept on getting back up. That's a real statement that you've put out tonight. What do you think the rest of, at least the middleweight division, are going to be thinking now that you've produced what you did tonight?
Hopefully, it just sends alarm bells. And respectfully, if any one of them has the balls now after that performance, let's have it. Just call up Frank and let's go. Let's have it. Let's go. I believe I'm the best 160 pounder in the UK and if not the world. I understand I've got to prove that yet, but if I get the opportunity to do so, I'll definitely do it.
It might be a bit of a negative way to look at it, but do you think on the back of such a stunning performance, other fighters might think maybe not yet?
I don't know. That's what I said. That's why I just kind of said, if you got the balls, let's do it, because if I saw a great performance like that in someone who I know I could fight, I'd say let's do it. Let's have it. Let's go, because I want to show how great I am, and I am the number one in the middleweight division.
We've spoken about all your ambitions. You've been asked about those other domestic names, but come the end of 2024, where would you want the name Hamzah Sheeraz to be in the middleweight division?
All over the world. And maybe, who knows, a world title around my waist as well. So let's see what happens. There's loads of avenues and opportunities there. But yeah, let's see what's first.
Final one from me, and you mentioned going all the way around the world with your name. I asked you at the workout a couple of weeks ago about trying to break that American market as you're training out there now. Do you feel like with this type of performance as well, it will certainly reach into stateside?
Yeah, for sure, because especially Liam going the full distance with Andrade as well. I mean, hopefully it'll send some alarm bells out there, and I'm kind of getting my name out there anyway, locally in Los Angeles via Ricky and the Ten Goose boxing gym as well, so a performance like that just complements what he's been saying.
Hamzah, the middleweight division is all sort of free for the belts in a sense. There's not much going on, you see it now, especially Andy mentioning there about America. A lot of the belts are over the American side. I'm sure you want to conquer there and potentially take out some world level middleweights that are over that sort of side of the pond.
Oh, for sure, that's the plan. I've always said whoever they're putting with me next, wherever it be all over the world, I don't mind. I'll turn up and I'll do my thing. But going back to what you were saying, I'd love to fight in the USA as well. I'd love to fight all over the world, and just whatever way or whatever opportunity arises for me to get my name on the other in the USA out there, let's do it.
Do you think that because of some of the doubts regarding Liam Williams' chin after the Chris Eubank Jr. fight, that you might not get the credit for doing what you did tonight?
No, we said this in the interview before. I said, listen, if I beat him, that's what they're going to say. It's always the case. Everyone's got opinions. It is what it is. I'm happy with the performance. My promoter's happy with the performance. And at the end, it's all about entertaining. And it's not easy to knock people out. It's not as easy as it looks or as easy I've been making it look. It's pretty hard, to be fair. But yeah, no, I'm blessed.
Was there at least, at the minimum, a subconscious target to better what Chris Eubank Jr. did as a marker as to where you are?
Not at all. I'll be honest with you. I said it before the fight. I said I don't give a shit about how they fought him. I'm a totally different fighter to all the fighters he's been in with as well. So I kind of knew I was bringing something different to the table.
Skill for skill with the names that you're listed in with, who do you feel is the toughest test for you?
I don't really know, to be fair. I don't really know. I think the only way we'll find out is when I get in there with them and mix it up. But I believe I'm the best 160 pounder in the UK and in the world.
I'm going to squeeze one more from you just on that. You mentioned with 160 division. Frank's obviously got a good relationship with Bob Arum, the promoter for Johnny Beck.
Yep.
You fancy that fight?
Of course. Why not? I just said I believe I'm the greatest and I need the opportunity to show it. And if the opportunity comes up, I'll grab it with both hands.
Johnny Beck or Eubank Jr.?
Whoever, which one comes first, let's have it. I think the Eubank Jr. fight kind of makes more sense over this side, but if that opportunity comes up, I'll grab it.
Wall Street Memes Casino
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.